Holy shit.
Oh, I will never get tired of seeing that Garrett Bowles knife. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Left Side, Strong Side. I'm your host, Chance Ellison, joined by my co-host, Mike Deacon.
What's up?
And we are here. We both recovered from separate heart attacks due to this week's game because, holy shit, what the hell? But we are not alone to break all this craziness down. He did say he'd be back next week.
I come from a land of love.
That club's never going away. Jacob Blunden is back.
Hi. I'm very smug right now, but also very humbled.
We got humble your ass in one second. Just you wait. Let's get into this week of football. Let's just get into it right away. First up, starting with the Thursday night game. Amazon, the continual fucking over of Amazon in this deal. Panthers versus Falcons. Now, I will be very clear. I'll admit right now, I did not watch this game as it went down. I was in a wedding this past weekend. I had a rehearsal dinner that night. I did not get to watch this game. And funny enough, the restaurant I went to was not playing the game. They were playing Black Panther, the movie, which is fitting because I would rather watch that Panther than the Carolina Panthers play.
I saw the fourth quarter. I was at Wakanda Forever, so I only saw the fourth quarter of this game.
Now, I will say, I did go and watch the replay of this, and I do have a video package for this. I did get a letter from the FCC. I did have to put a warning before this. So just, in case you're throwing out what's going on, I did get a letter. I had to put this in. So here we go. Warning. The following clip contains footage that may depress adults and frighten small children. Viewer discretion is advised.
Atlanta's gained only 51 yards in the half. Pressured again. Look out. Flag thrown. Launches one deep downfield, and that's picked off at the 30s.
Crossing route. And nobody's there. You see late movement there by the
targeted 4 times. Mariota throwing, and that's beat. Rain is pretty much stopped. Mariota throwing deep downfield. And down goes Mariota, just getting a small piece. Meanwhile, the ball is...
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
At this point, if I'm Atlanta, I'm starting Desmond Ridder. I don't care.
100%.
Okay. I watched this game. I don't remember much of it, but I forgot that last pick. I forgot.
In all fairness, that last pick didn't count.
Right.
But still.
He was down, but it was one of the worst attempts. Like he thought he was Mahomes, and this was just wow.
Like, thank God he was down because that would have been even worse. Had that actually counted as an interception.
That would have to go down as one of the single greatest interceptions ever. But as in, this was so bad, I have no idea how this was allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say, though, the Panthers, on the other hand, they didn't end up winning this game. They lost McCaffrey, but Deonta Foreman stepping up big time.
Very well, yeah. He's fitting into the system like really well, even more so than McCaffrey in a lot of ways because he's a little bit more of a bruiser than McCaffrey ever was. And they're a team that has nothing to lose right now, and they played an effective game. They didn't make mistakes. The Falcons made quite a few. Pretty simple why they won this game.
Fear the team that has nothing to lose.
That's true.
Yeah.
Draft position, but that's about it.
Yeah,
but here's the thing: every single one of those players knows they probably don't have a job next year,
right?
So
most of them don't.
No, well, yeah, most of them are. Most of them don't have a job next year. So okay, I'm now auditioning. Done. I'm back in college and I am auditioning again.
Yeah.
We're seeing it in the NBA. Look at the Jazz at the moment in the NBA. This team that were very publicly, very loudly coming out and saying we are tanking. And none of those players are tanking. They're all like, fine, I'm auditioning for a job, and we're now
and then for wanting job security.
Yeah.
So this was a thoroughly uninteresting game, and yes, you're better off watching Black Panther this night than the actual Carolina Panthers play. Moving on to our next game, we're going once again all the way back overseas for Germany Bowl. Tom Brady returning to his maybe Homeland. I don't know. He seems very German. To take on Geno Smith in the Seahawks.
Go
I
on.
don't get you some days.
Yeah. So this is. I mean, like, I'll say this: Tom Brady 2-0 since the divorce. 2-0 since the divorce. 2-0 since he said, "Fuck them kids, I'm playing football again."
Look, I said this last week, and I'm repeating it to this week. The weight of the world's off his shoulders, and you can tell. He had the weight, like he, he was going through something that is not fun, that no one really wants to go through. It's now officially over, and I think Tom Brady's now being back.
He's the one that chose to come back to play.
No,
football.
well, okay, sorry, but we don't know the full story. So we don't know the actual timeline. We don't know any of it. So let's, it is his personal life, but we go, he's now being able to go back to being Tom Brady, as in I can laser focus on football again. And that's what he's doing. And we're seeing it. And I'm now genuinely terrified Tom Brady's making the Super Bowl.
4-0 overseas and 0-1 with international women.
And he's, touche. I was going to say, though, at this point, obviously they still have their offensive line issues, but now they have a healthy Godwin. Evans passed his game suspension. K. Dotton actually has played very well in place of Cameron Brate, and they've got a very good complementary set of receivers. Julio when they need him, Scotty Miller when they need him. Yeah. Rashad White starting to step up.
Julio Jones, by the way, did score the very first NFL touchdown on German soil, so good for him.
Yeah. So it's a team that's starting to come together at the right time.
Yeah, I mean, it is Seattle. Their defense is still a little sus, so I'm not ready to. I mean, again, I think they're going to win the divisions because it's the AFC South. Fucking awful.
Yeah.
Although this game was not without its share of Bucks for some reason again doing dumb shit. You ran a fade route with your 45-year-old quarterback.
And he got a tripping penalty on it.
That was the best part of it. The only reason that does not get a "you're so stupid" was because they didn't cost them the game.
Right.
Right. Look, I'm getting 2020 vibes. I really am from this team. I am getting 2020 vibes, and I just
don't see it. I feel like I still think the Eagles are better than them. Even the Vikings, I think, are better than them now.
But they both the Bucks were not the best team in 2020.
Look, they weren't the best team. They were not the best NFC team in 2020. They were not they are certainly not this year. They're probably, I reckon they're fourth. I reckon they're probably
overall or just NFC.
Sorry, in the conference.
I think they're in the NFC.
I think they're probably fourth.
About right.
Yeah. Third or fourth. I think the 49ers are better than them. I think the Eagles are better than them.
And the Vikings.
Yeah, I at this point I have to say the Vikings are better than them.
You shut your fucking face and you say yes.
I have to say, yeah, fair enough. The Vikings, but here's the problem: come playoffs, I don't trust Kirk Cousins.
Right.
Don't know what Hurts is like in the playoffs.
Right.
I don't trust Daniel Jones. I don't trust Geno Smith. The 49ers are the one team that could maybe do something in the playoffs to upset them.
Yeah.
The defense on the 49ers. We're going to get to that later. But the defense of the 49ers is so good.
The biggest problem in the NFC right now is none of them have playoff experience, like genuine playoff experience.
Except San Francisco.
Yeah. But also, this game also showed that maybe – I know y'all said that keeping Geno Smith was the right call, but I'm not sure. He looked pretty rough this game. I know going overseas to play that game might have been difficult.
I'm okay. I think there actually needs to be serious questions asked of the NFL of why Seattle? Why did Seattle play the Germany game? Why would you force Seattle, the team that has to fly the furthest out of anyone ever in the history of the NFL, go play that game? I think that is a legitimate question.
Because Kirk Cousins wasn't available.
But that's what I'm getting at. I think that is a legitimate question that could be asked of. That it's the furthest anyone has ever flown in the history of the NFL.
Was this scheduled last year, like pre Russell Wilson trade? I feel like that might have contributed.
No,
active.
No,
Was it
well,
not?
it might have been, but it got announced. It got announced after the Russell Wilson trade. Like,
Was it?
yeah,
I thought this was planned to have Russell Wilson in the game, and then he got traded.
it might have been, but
But I will say,
Yeah.
hats off to Germany. Something I never thought I'd say post World War II.
Yeah.
Hats off to Germany
They had
for
fun.
showing up and showing out for American football. Like I guarantee you, NFL is definitely going back to Germany next year. They're
well,
definitely
it's
going
a,
4 years,
it's a 4
right?
year deal. It's a 4
Yeah.
year.
Year deal?
They're there for the next 4 years.
The next
Well, they're
three
gonna
years.
get renewed after that 4-year deal. They keep showing it
Yeah.
like this. I think it was like $10 million in ticket sales, like $3 million, something like crazy like that.
Look, this is pipe dream stuff, and probably 10, 15 years from now, I truly
NFL
do
Australia?
believe. Sorry.
NFL Australia.
No, well, I want it more than anything, but no, I think we are truly going to get a international team. I think London's next.
I mean, when the Jags are moving to London at some point.
I truly think we are going to get a legitimately, if not team, if not division. I really think we're going to have an international division, like one that their games are all, and it's going to take a lot from the NFL and how to schedule and make sure that there's rest, that everyone's all good. But I truly think we are going to get a whole bunch of teams being played there, if basically every week. I think it's coming. So be prepared, guys.
All right, moving on to our American slate of games. Hey, Jacob, how you doing, buddy?
We're gonna start. We're gonna start here. We're gonna start
yeah.
here.
We're starting here. Game of the week.
All right.
Did we
Cross
need to
that
ask
week.
you?
Cross that week and put year.
Possibly year. We had the Vikings versus the Bills. This is a game that, okay, point of view, a day in the life of the Buffalo Bills. You are the Buffalo Bills. You are massive favorites against the Minnesota Vikings. The game's competitive at first, but you jump out to a 17-point lead. However, some would say the psionic powers the Vikings kick in. The Bills' offense shuts down. Vikings' offense roars back. Part to this, I wanted to make a joke about this, but I can't because this was just incredible. Look at this catch by Justin Jefferson. Like a catch that should have been a pick. It did, but look
How
at that.
the fuck did he catch that? Like, I'm sorry. Like, okay, I'm sorry not to get mad. How did he catch that ball?
Like 9 times out of 10, that's a pick. 9.5 times out of 10, that's a pick.
I was going to say like
99
999 out of 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, we never see that again. That will never happen again.
That's one of the best catches of the year. Ain't no George Pickens, but that's one of the best catches.
That's better than Pickens. Sorry, that's
Shut
better
up.
than Pickens catch. That is better than
You
That's
do
one
not
of the
insult
best-
my new Lord.
There is
You
a
do not insult
legit-
my new Lord and Savior George Pickens.
There is a legitimate argument that is better than the Odell catch. There is a
Yeah.
legitimate better than that is better than the Odell catch.
There's only one catch that's in the conversation. That's Mr. George motherfucking Pickens.
Sorry, in the context of the game and what that catch meant, that is there is a legitimate argument for that being the greatest catch of all time.
We're going to be seeing that catch forever on
Yeah, we will. But yeah, Vikings are roaring back as the Bills defense shuts down. They managed to blow a 17-point lead, but the game is still close, despite the fact that
from the 36 takes the fake. Cousins well protected. Second level throws picked off. Christian Benford. Cousins off play action again. Hit as he throws and it's picked. He threw it right to him. Osborne in motion. Cousins is tripped. Second time today.
Kirk Cousins still reminds you all why he's still Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
But regardless, the Bills have an incredible goal line stand. You're a Bills fan. You look around. What's the catch? Just run out the clock to end the game.
Zero breathing room. He tries to sneak it. The ball is loose. Impossible. To the Vikings. It is a touchdown on their last breath.
Message does not compute. So we go into overtime.
Now, they did make an impressive drive. Remember, the Bills did have to make a drive to tie the game after that.
They did.
Yeah, I will say this. This was the drive where, after that happened, I went, okay, Josh Allen, ball's in your hand. Go win MVP.
Well,
he
ball
made
wasn't.
this-
Yeah, ball was in his hand, but
No. I mean, with this drive,
overtime.
when he after he just fucked up massively, which
yes. Oh yes, like when they stopped him and had to kick a field goal. Yes,
Yeah,
ball,
when it was
down, balls in your hand, go win MVP.
that was the thing. It was go down, go win MVP, and he did. He went down and got them in field goal range, got them to overtime, and I went, all right, he did his job.
Well, I mean, they had like a minute left, and Patrick Mahomes only needed 13 seconds, so he's like, it can be done. It can be done. But yeah, so we did end up going into overtime. The Vikings get the ball first, but they only have to settle for a field goal, which is funny because they got down to like the 25-30 range. I'm just like, if anyone's gonna fuck this up, it's the Vikings. Like I kind of wanted him to miss it. I'm like, that would be the most Vikings thing on the planet to miss that field goal.
But Greg Joseph, though, since they've had him,
the Bills curse was stronger than the Vikings curse.
The Bills get the ball back. Okay, Josh Allen, balls in your hand, go win MVP. And you know what? He threw a beautiful. They got in the red zone, and he threw a beautiful completion to Patrick Peterson for the second time. Yes, Josh Allen, MVP. Josh Allen was not present once again. We got his rookie form.
MVP Josh Allen is not winning MVP this year, and it doesn't matter what. Like Josh Allen could go undefeated and have 300 plus games, 300 plus yards in every single game for the rest of the season. He will not. He will not win MVP this year. There is no way he's win MVP.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, my MVP pick is not panning out, so go Jalen Hurts, I guess, huh?
Oh, Wilson, that's right.
I did pick Wilson.
You did pick Wilson.
I stood up for the goddamn Russell Wilson winning MVP.
Hey, look, Allen was my pick, but my sleeper was Kirk Cousins, so that's
Kirk Cousins, they won MVP. Again, this game was won in spite of Kirk Cousins, not because of him.
No, Kirk Cousins was my sleeper, and then my other dark horse that I was like, ooh, I want to put money on this one because it was really like the odds weren't great, and I had a gut feel, and I was dead wrong. Is Matt Ryan?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get to Matt Ryan later. But yeah, this game was going from like competitive to a blowout to fucked to more fucked to fucking scripted. This was insane to witness.
The last 3 or 4 minutes of regulation and overtime in this game were just absolutely insane.
Yes, but the Bills, a team who was favored heavily, not only to go to the Super Bowl, to win, is now sitting in third place in their own division behind the goddamn Jets. This is not just blowing it. This is special.
You blew it!
You blew it!
You blew it, boy! You really blew it!
You blew it! You had it all and you blew it! Stupid son of a bitch, you just blew it!
Congratulations, Bills!
Third in the division, 8-point favorites in the game against the Vikings, 7th in their conference.
And
there is a legitimate, likely chance they will not host that Buffalo will not host a playoff game.
Honestly, no.
Going into this season,
like there's a good chance that won't happen.
Legitimate chance it's not going to happen.
Which was insane to say going into the season.
There's there's actually a legitimate chance the Bills don't make the playoffs. There is
that would be the most hilarious thing.
I don't think we're going that far.
Yeah, like I don't think these are that fucked, but
no, I don't think they're that fucked either because other teams just keep giving them chances. And because the AFC apparently sucks this year. Like there's like 4 good teams in the AFC.
We thought was going to be incredible, but like holy shit, what the hell happened?
Yeah, like there is a legitimate chance that the Bills finish on with the 7th seed and have to play Jets or Miami. Have to go Miami. Go Miami, Chiefs, Ravens, or Bengals.
You watching horror at the prospect of facing the Jets. What the hell's happened?
What you want to know? What's absolutely insane? In the hypothetical that the Jets win this week, they would be the number 2 seed at the moment.
Yeah, that's why. So I had them as the number 2 seed.
You've come a long way, friend. You've come a long way. Moving on to our next game, we got some NFC North ball. We got the Lions versus the Bears.
Fun game.
Let me just say this first and foremost, because the Bears just came off a bye week before last. That 10-day stretch might have been the most important stretch in recent Bears history, because Justin Fields looks like a completely different player now.
Yeah, I think they've started actually using Justin Fields the way they should be, which is let him run the freaking thing. And I think it's just starting to click. He doesn't have Matt Nagy destroying him anymore. And Eberflus is just trying to getting his footing at the start. So I'm really liking the Bears. I think they're a solid team. Lions.
Justin Fields was able to light up the scoreboard both with his arm and his legs. Dude had this is the guy kind of like Jalen Hurts, keeps getting better and better every time I see him.
Yeah, he wasn't the reason they lost this game.
I was shocked because I missed the end of the game. I was shocked. I'm just like, wait a minute, what the hell? What the hell do you mean they didn't win? Yeah. What happened? Well, here's the thing: Justin Fields was like 99% him that game. The other 1%
just crushed their defense the last drive. 2nd and 18. Fields in some trouble trying to get it to come out. It's intercepted. Okuda with the pick, and little one picks big one and takes it for a touchdown.
Yeah, he had a relapse. It was not pretty.
Yeah.
But Chicago fans, don't fret. Your future is bright with this kid.
The issue with Chicago is not on the offense right now. It's they fire sold the defense.
As I said last week, there is literally one question and one question only that Chicago have to answer for the rest of the season. Is Justin Fields their guy? Is it? That is the question. You have what, 9 more weeks to us, 8 more weeks to ask?
Well, I mean, 8 more. I mean, you also have a whole year next year.
Well, no, I know, but I'm meaning of games that you have to.
Right. I don't think this was the prove it year for Fields. I think next year was the prove it year.
Okay, but I'm more. Well, okay. The reason why I'm saying it, I don't think it is a prove it year, but I do think it is a. They need to know whether or not they're going to have a lot of high draft picks there, and they've got a lot of cap space. Are we building a team around Fields, or are we picking up quarterback? Because next year's class ain't great. This year's class is good. So that's why I think it is borderline prove it year this year, because is Fields our guy? If he is, we can build a team around him. I think he is their guy. I'm almost there, but you've got 8 more weeks left to prove it.
To really see.
Yeah.
Winning
means nothing right now. Winning for the Bears, obviously
the Bears, it doesn't. For the Lions, however, despite the fact that again their defense is still hot trash on the field.
2 in a row.
Two in a row. Good for Dan Campbell, but I'm not gonna lie, I was a little shocked because I really thought this would be, and for the first half I was right.
Last week was their Super Bowl, and they came out lethargic. They came out very, the Bears are going to run over them. And then in the second half, they kind of woke up.
Yeah, they did. And again, the Lions under Dan Campbell, they show something I haven't seen from the Lions in a long time. Definitely something I never saw from them in the Matt Patricia era. Resolve. I've never seen the Lions with resolve like this. They may not be the most talented group, but they would run through walls for that man.
They put up a fight to the last second, so.
They will.
I tell you what, if you ask any coach, what would you rather? A team with guts, courage, and who are willing to fight and play every single week, but they just don't have the talent, or a team that is massively talented but lazy as fuck? Guarantee you, I can tell you which one they would rather.
You want the scrappy?
Dan Campbell wants scrappy.
If you're a coach who says I want the talented teams who are lazy as fuck, you don't deserve to be a coach in the NFL. You'll get exposed.
That's what Sean Payton did for over a decade.
That's what we're about to find out when we get to a certain Cowboys game.
Yeah. But yeah, Lions, congrats. Bears, you wasted another great effort from Justin Fields. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Oh, you're upset that I'm not calling? Well, you know what, Mom? I'm upset that you made me a Bears fan. That's child abuse.
Okay,
I just love.
okay. I'm laughing at that because Taylor's mom is a Bears fan.
Have you sent this to PLD and/or Peggy yet?
I have not, but I will proceed to do that right after. I've had that come up on my phone. I've been waiting for like the time the Bears do something really stupid to use that. This is the perfect opportunity. I didn't do it, so yeah, I gotta. Why am I supposed to do that? Moving on to our next game.
Broncos country, let's do this.
That's right. We got the Broncos versus the Titans. The Broncos are back playing football once again.
And they Broncos did.
Yep. Bye week didn't help. They still suck. They still are the most disappointing team of the entire season.
Oh,
I think. Well, right. Green Bay maybe, but
no. I think the Raiders are the ones we were just
what disappointing.
Dude, they made the playoffs last year, and then they added Devontae Adams.
Yes, but did we have this exact conversation in the opposite direction? like I think I advocated for Raiders once, and you were just like, "Nah, you're crazy as Broncos." Now we're flip flop. Point is, regardless, who's the most?
They're both disappointments,
and we'll talk about the Raiders later. What the hell? But yeah, Broncos country. They're not riding. This is a ride they want to get off desperately.
Look, this was bad, and it was okay. I wish so the reason I picked the Broncos last week because at the time Tannehill wasn't playing.
Right.
Yes.
If Tannehill was playing, I absolutely would have picked Titans because Willis isn't it yet. Like he's very green. He's very young.
Put him back in the oven. He's still raw.
Yeah, like he's very green and he still has a long way to go. Tannehill after last week was like, "Oh, I've got job security. Okay, cool. I'm safe." He's got a bit to go. So if I knew Tannehill was playing, I would have picked the Titans. But I who I picked in my bets. So yeah.
I mean, I picked Titans regardless, but
yeah.
I mean, just because Derrick Henry didn't do well, just because the Broncos defense is like sneakily stout.
Dude,
the Broncos defense
I think it's the number one defense. I think it's incredible. The thing I am annoyed by the most is how late they're playing the Chiefs, because by the time they play the Chiefs, that defense is basically going to be demoralized. Well, we're done. We can't win anything anyway, so they're just going to be demoralized. And Mahomes is going to look like a fucking scout against that defense, and everyone's going to go like, "Look at what he did against the number one defense." And it's like, yeah, because they don't care anymore.
Yeah, they were to hold Derrick Henry to about like 50 yards, which is incredible. I mean, granted, he didn't get the workload he usually does. I think that's because Tannehill is back, but he didn't get
19 carries. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, 19 carries is still a lot, but like it's not like he had like 20 plus in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, but that's also probably because Willis was playing.
I'm about to say it's definitely because Willis was playing. So
yeah.
I mean, this Russell. I'm baffled by Russell. I'm not sure if it's a coaching problem, it's a Russell problem. I think it's baffled by how inept this offense is.
Look, I do think it's probably a combination of it. I think Hackett just straight up isn't a good coach.
No, like he needs to be relieved of head coaching duties like yesterday.
Yeah, he's not it. I think Wilson has the problem of he wants to be a Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady type quarterback, and he's not. He is a running quarterback. He is.
But like the weird thing is, like watching him, he can't commit to the run, which is strange.
That's the thing that gets me is he knows that will destroy his body quicker. So he's like, no, I'm not going to do it. The problem is, okay, cool. Then you're going to be the third round quarterback that you were drafted as, because that's where you are if you play a traditional quarterback role.
So real quick, I saw the chat. Someone said, I blame Subway for Russell Wilson's fall. Oh my god, why do I not have like the Danger Witch clips ready?
Seriously.
I need to have. All right, we'll have Danger Witch jokes next week. But Yeah, like he's just again like Russell's throwing 42 times in a game, only running like passing wise, he's not like doing awful. He's just like the offensive scheming is so bad, like he just looks ineffective.
I think we could end up at the end of this season have about 7 or 8 coaching changes.
I would
absolutely.
I would absolutely buy that.
There's a lot of teams that could
honestly like Denver would be a good spot for Frank Reich. I would like to see what he can do in Denver.
Look, yep, Frank. I think Frank Reich's got, if not a head coach, there's going to be some head coaching jobs for him.
Oh, what am I saying? Frank Reich is our new OC. Never mind. Don't go there.
For some reason, Bieniemy's not going to get a head coaching job, and the Chiefs are just going to continue
for some reason. Does Eric Bieniemy like? Did he like sleep like somebody else's wives? Like why does no organization like this guy?
He's got to be the worst interview of all time or something. He's had so many opportunities and nobody takes him.
There are stories, but it's
again, did Eric Bieniemy kill your family? Did he sleep with your girlfriend? Did he have you co-sign on long where everyone's
like, it's one of those things where you go, oh, why are the Chiefs still so good? The Chiefs are so good because you're not stealing their coaches compared to look at the Bills. They lost their OC.
Honestly, Bieniemy would be a great fit for Denver too.
He would, but he would. And if I was Denver, that's who I'd be getting, because guess what? Hey, him against the Chiefs.
Yeah,
he'd know the Chiefs. He'd know Mahomes.
Well, speaking of the Kansas City Chiefs, let's go into the next game. The game that was not nearly as big an ass kicking as I thought it'd be. The Jaguars versus the Chiefs.
So this one was actually my locally telecast game, and I actually watched most of this week. And obviously the scoreboard does not reflect what actually happened in this game, because Jacksonville actually put up a fight.
They did.
They did.
Lawrence is looking at the QB he was drafted to be.
Mm-hmm.
At times, there are times where he is. There are times when Lawrence, where you go, that is a future Hall of Famer, and he looks incredible and amazing and wonderful. And there are other times where he is like, that is going to be one of the biggest draft busts of all time. He is so hot and cold, and it's just, what is going on with him? The Jags are a team that are definitely building, and I'm curious where they're going to be next year, but they're definitely missing a lot of pieces.
Yeah, absolutely. Something else about this game is the fact that the Kansas City run defense showed up. I know, especially considering what Derrick Henry did to them last week. I know Travis Etienne is nowhere near Henry's caliber, but damn, to hold him to 45 yards.
Yeah. It was a combination of that. They never got the running game established at all. And once Kansas City was up 2 scores, they more or less abandoned the run in the second half. Lawrence was just chucking the ball at that point, but they did. You are right, though. They did shut Etienne down. He couldn't really get anything. He had 1 or 2 runs that were over 8 yards, which for him has, with the way he's been playing lately, that's impressive for that defense.
Yeah, I want to shout out the Chiefs for just being maybe the most disciplined team in the NFL. I'm pretty sure they're the only team this weekend to have no penalties, none.
That's an Andy Reid coach team. Andy Reid's probably the best coach in the league right now.
They're disciplined.
Sorry.
Hey. There is an undefeated coach in the league, sir, and you will show some goddamn respect to Jeff Saturday.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yes.
But yeah, no, Chiefs still looking great, and yeah, I'm terrified as a fan of a team in the AFC. Actually, we're all fans of AFC teams. Yeah, we're all scared.
Sorry. Look. Okay. Actually, let's actually have this conversation about the Chiefs, because they absolutely deserve the credit that they've got. They are the best team in the NFL. They are probably the start of a dynasty. That not start, but still
they are a dynasty. They're
a dynasty that hasn't won another ring. I think that's the one thing they need to do. Sometime in this run is win another ring. They absolutely need.
They will. They're absolutely going to get another ring. In the next
okay, you say that. What happened? All I think of is Madden's Raiders. That's all I can think. That's all I can think of right now
I
with
mean,
this
that's
Chiefs.
fair, but also like I just feel like there aren't many that can step to the Chiefs. There are a couple, but there aren't many.
No, and I agree with that. Like I think that
Like I think there are like too many talented players on this team to never win another ring. I know, like
also,
Kelsey's not going to be here much longer. Chris Jones will be here much longer. But like, as long as you have Patrick Mahomes, and granted, we'll see what the team looks like when his contract really kicks in, because that's really going to be like a kneecap to this team.
Like next year hits bad, but then they've got Tony for nothing next year. And hey, Tony's looking like a fucking steal.
The injured Kadarius Toney.
Yeah, he's looking like a fucking steal at the moment. So like, it's honestly. This Chiefs team's incredible. Patrick Mahomes is an incredible quarterback. He is going to be a Hall of Famer. Like he's he's got MVP locked up. Like I want to.
I'm not gonna give him that.
I think okay, maybe not locked up.
He's the front runner.
He's a front runner. I don't think he's got locked up.
It's his to lose.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Like if he plays,
which is like the kiss of death from you. So I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna win now.
Fair enough. No, I want him to. I want Mahomes to win. I absolutely want him to win. You want to know why?
Because Josh Allen isn't going to win now.
No, because no MVP has won the Super Bowl since Warner.
That's true. That is very true.
So I'm like, you know what? Do it, Allen. Don't need the Super Bowl anymore. We'll don't need the MVP anymore. We'll get the Super Bowl instead, and Chiefs can lose.
but chances are, we forgot to mention during the Vikings-Bill game that game is the exact reason why that cannot be the Super Bowl, because both teams will do everything in their power to give the other the win.
Yeah. I know, but it would be amazing to watch.
It will be
I'd have a heart attack, but it would be amazing to watch. It would be the
first Super Bowl to end in a tie. Like nobody would win,
especially with the new rule.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Next game we're talking about. The Browns versus the Dolphins. And you know what? As a Pittsburgh fan, watching this game gave me great joy.
You are a factory of sadness!
Sadness Factory reopened.
They're 3 weeks away?
From what?
So they have this week, they have a bye, and then the return.
Week 13.
Yep.
He's back. But
Buffalo bye, then he's back against Houston.
Yeah, this is I think this game says like a lot about what both teams. One, again, I think that I'm not sure if they win with Deshaun Watson, but they put up more of a fight than this.
Well, here's the thing: is Brissett played okay. Like Brissett didn't. Yeah, he didn't do anything wrong. He just didn't do it. He didn't do anything to win the game. He also didn't do anything to lose the game. But when you're playing a team with such a high power offense as Miami, that's not going to get the job.
How good their defense showed up. Like they held Nick Chubb to under 100 yards for the first time this year.
Yeah,
like Dolphins scare me. They're starting to like. Look.
Okay, I'm sorry. Not the first time this year. One of the few times this year he's been held to 100 yards. Under 100 yards.
I don't love Tua. I've said that several times. I'm not a massive Tua fan. I
mean, you're just saying that now because he now has a better shot at MVP than Josh Allen does.
No, I said this last week. Thank you very much.
But now it's like it's enforced because he has a better chance at MVP than Josh Allen does.
I've said this for a while. However, he's doing what he needs to. Like he's doing exactly what he needs to. He's not making the mistakes.
He's efficient this year.
I think somebody did like a thing where like in year certain QBs in year 3 get these like incredible wide receivers. Like year 3, that's when Josh Allen got Stephon Diggs. Year 3, that's when Jalen Hurts got AJ Brown. And this year 3 for Tua is when he got Tyreek Hill. Mm-hmm. And yeah, like it's a difference maker.
Yeah, I mean,
Aaron Rodgers watches in pain.
Mm-hmm. Right now is big for the Dolphins. The Dolphins have gone all in on Tua, which again,
and it's a bet that's paying off. It's a bet that's paying off.
It is. So I want to see so who do they? I'm trying to see their schedule. Hang on. So they've got Texans next week. That 49ers game, I'm fascinated by.
That's going to be a hell of a game.
I think that 49ers game, where is that?
Is it in Miami? I think it's in Miami.
I think it is in Miami. Yeah, Levi's. No, sorry, so that's San Francisco.
That's San Francisco. That could very well be flexed into the late game. that week. I don't see why NBC doesn't do that.
What is the? Hang on, I'm trying to because I think there was a big late game, that one already.
Well,
what
week is that?
Sorry, 1 second.
I know there's a Cowboys Colts game that's going to get flexed out.
Oh, yeah, Cowboy. Oh, it's that weekend.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's very little doubt it's probably going to be that game.
It'll probably get because they're not going to put the Chiefs Bengals game back in there again. Like that'll be like it's the third week in a row the Chiefs will have the late game, so they're not going to flex that one back in.
But yeah, I mean, this offense is looking like what we all thought it would look like, given the upgrade they made and shit. Jeff Wilson, I feel bad for Raheem Mostert. Jeff Wilson
lit the world on fire this week.
My God. Yeah, he was stellar. Miami was stellar. Like they are looking like a phenomenal team.
At worst, like this is a team that does not have any pronounced weakness. At worst they have an average to slightly above average player, and that's at their worst. And
you
know,
feel bad for Brian Flores because he never got this kind of support when he was head coach. But happy for Mike McDaniel.
It is going to be curious if they do stick around with Tua, or if they do end up trying to get another quarterback, or if they're just like
after this year, like how he's doing, they're keeping him. Like this is. This is his team now.
Unless Brady does want to come back and
he says fuck that, give it to kids again. I'm back for real.
Yeah.
Looking up next, we got the Texans versus the Giants. This is a game that I was actively dreading before the season started. I thought both teams were going to suck, and turns out no, just one, just the Texans. The tank continues on.
The Giants didn't do anything super impressive in this game. They just played better than the Texans. Beginning of the story.
Again, like the Lions game, I was right for half the game. The Giants played down to their competition for the first half of the game, and Texans were pretty good for the first half. And then the Giants kind of got screamed at. Like that, I don't know if you guys saw the footage of Brian Daboll just screaming on the sideline at his players, just absolutely screaming at them because they were playing like shit. They were absolutely playing like shit in that first in that first half, sorry. And then the second half they were better. And against the Texans, that's all you got to be is just slightly better.
I'm sorry to think that. Well, I mean, big revelation here. Texans defense, not great. I feel like any one of us could run for 100 yards in that defense.
Yeah, Texans are not a good football team. I think Texans are going to get the number 1 pick, and they're not a good team at all.
They did make their pickup they made today though. Like that's Eno's
Eno Benjamin
above Burkhead though. He's not meant to be their starter. He's meant to be their. I would take Eno Benjamin over Rex Burkhead.
I would too. It's just weird. It's like I just from Arizona
to Houston
to fucking Houston. He did the opposite of what DeAndre Hopkins did.
Yeah, well, exact opposite. Yeah, you're 100% right. He made the David Johnson move.
Okay,
boy.
We're gonna I imagine I would just love to see the owner sitting down. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you David Johnson and Eno Benjamin in exchange. You give us DeAndre Hopkins and JJ Watt. Sound good? Cool.
I'm completely convinced that O'Brien absolutely hated the Texans and was just like, "Fuck all of you." I'm convinced of it.
He was
just like, "I'm burn this. I'm burning this from the ground, from inside."
Now let's talk about this game. Giants still looking pretty good. Texans, tank moves on.
Hey, I mean, look, the Eagles' loss has put the Giants in a good position.
It did.
Like the Eagles losing has now put the East up for grabs is the wrong word, but has now made it, hey, all the teams they all control their own destiny again.
Yeah.
Compared to where it was, where Eagles just were going to have they were going to have it because they had that one extra win over everyone. Now there could end up being a tiebreaker. So.
Yeah, but you know what? Enough of this shit. Let's talk about the next game, or as I like to call it, the real game of the week. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the New Orleans Saints. We're coming off a bye, and my boy.
And here comes Kenny Pickett.
My boy is back, Kenny Pickett, my new Lord and Savior. And you know what? Y'all said it's Tom and Coach team gonna play down his competition.
You did. You did for 3 quarters.
You know what? Fucking won regardless of that shit.
Congratulations, you beat Andy Dalton.
Hell yeah,
congratulations, you beat up on a bad team.
Hell yeah, we beat up on a bad team. Did you see Kenny Pickett throw the ball? Did you see Najee Harris run for nearly 100 yards? Did you see the scheme?
So Najee doubles his season total.
I saw Kenny Pickett not score a single touchdown.
But he didn't throw a pick either.
Doesn't matter. He didn't score a touchdown.
I'll take no touchdowns and no picks. Hey, look, he's a rookie, still raw, made some bad decisions.
Did he fumble it?
Did he? I don't think he did. No, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
Pickett didn't. Najee fumbled it, but it wasn't fumble loss. It was recovered by one of our linemen.
Oh,
so,
right.
he never fumbles, so I will give Najee a pass. Still love you, buddy. Point is, you are seeing the genesis of the return to Steeler greatness. What do? Alvin Kamara, non-factor. What do? Run the ball, stop the run. We showed the power of Steeler football in this game. We keep playing. We're going to keep playing like this, and that's what's going to take us to the Super Bowl.
I'll tell you what. You lose next week, though. That's it. Mike Tomlin. You lose next week. Mike Tomlin's perfect record goes. That's against the Bengals. You have to beat the Bengals.
We're not going to lose next week. We're not going to lose next week.
You play. Okay, you go the Bengals. You go apparently a pretty frisky Colts team, and then a bad Falcons team.
Yeah, we're not going to lose any of this. We're gonna run the table. We're not gonna lose the game this year.
You play nothing but quote unquote bad teams out. You only play bad teams outside of your division.
And we're not. Yeah, that's why we're not gonna lose a game the rest of the year. And we're going to Super Bowl.
Jesus Christ, you actually not.
Point is, Pittsburgh Steelers football has returned. It's back. Mike Tomlin, still one of the great ones. Now, look, I will critique my team in one way. Chris Boswell is hurt. And right is not right for this team. We won by 10. We should have won by 16. Get that brother off this team. Go get Godrigo. Go get Josh Lambo. I don't care. Get somebody else because I can't do this no more.
Bring back Scobie.
Bring back Scobie. Oh, man, I do remember Scobie. Yeah, also, our secondary might be taking a little toll because Nick Fitzpatrick's going to be out for the next couple of weeks. Not due to injury, but because his appendix burst. He's going to be out for a little bit.
Ouch.
Yeah.
It was doing what Joe Burrow did.
It was unfortunate. Good. I'm happy he already got paid. I am happy he is already under contract. But yes, bottom line, Steelers, we're back. We're back.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to the game that we all want to talk about, though. Let's talk about the Colts versus the Raiders. Jeff McDaniels, an established head coach, coming in to face Jeff Saturday.
All right. I want to talk about this. I just want to talk about this in context because this was hilarious to me. In the first half of the early window, including the Bucs game because the Bucs were favorite. Every favorite but the Bills won.
No, Saints didn't win.
Saints weren't favorite.
Yeah, they were.
No, they weren't.
Were they not? I thought they were.
No, they weren't favorite.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Every favorite won. In the next window, every favorite lost.
Was it really? No shit.
Yep. Even in the backup bowl, every favorite lost. It was insane. yeah, the only reason I know that is because I picked every favorite in the opening one and every dog in the second one, and that Bills game cost me nearly 60 grand. So yeah.
This is a place where I have to question the decision making of the Davis family. Well, a lot of people have questioned the decision making for a very long time, but right now especially, you have Josh McDaniels. You have a team led by Derek Carr with Devontae Adams and a defense with Max Crosby and Chandler Jones, facing off a team led by Jeff Saturday, a guy whose head coaching experience was zero coming into this week. How do you fuck this up?
There's more than that. There is a bigger conversation around this. There is a massive. There are two conversations to be had. The first one is the relationship between Frank Reich and Jim Irsay was worse than we even knew, because from all accounts, Irsay was the one who said bench Matt Ryan, and then suddenly Matt Ryan's now allowed to come back and play. So that relationship is clearly a lot worse than we thought it was. And then the other big one around all of this is there is genuine, legitimate blame to be held at the feet of the owner of the Raiders owner, because why the hell did you get rid of Rich?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah.
Last year you have a player who allegedly drunk drive and killed somebody.
Oh no, not allegedly. He did it.
No, okay, it hasn't been proven in a court. I'm protecting you from being sued. Allegedly.
I'll say motherfucker did it.
Okay, Jacob Blunden is saying allegedly. I'm getting sued.
Can we clip that out?
And then you have their former head coach be fired before leaked emails.
Right.
No, he got fired because of leaked emails.
Yes, because of leaked emails.
Well, that was first. Then Henry Ruggs allegedly killed somebody.
You had both of those massive events happen last year that
within like 2 or 3 weeks of each other.
2 or 3 weeks that would destroy any team.
Yeah.
Before they happened, they were a bad football team. They weren't making the playoffs. They were like, I think 0-2 or something. The upset win against the Ravens. They had the upset win against the Ravens, and then they lost like 2 or 3 games, and they weren't a great football team. And then he got fired. And they came back and they made the playoffs, and they had the Bengals, the eventual team, to make it to the Super Bowl within a score. It was a very close game. Why on earth do you go with a guy who's got a terrible head coaching record at the Broncos, absolute horrific, and abandon another team at the Colts?
Why did you draft Henry Ruggs over Justin Jefferson?
Okay.
I don't know. Nothing this organization does makes any goddamn sense.
But that's I'm someone who's been screaming and yelling Josh McDaniels should be fired. I've been screaming it for a while.
He should be fired just for this play alone. You let Matt Ryan, a guy who's 35 years old,
I'm actually not going to kill him for that one, and the only reason is who in their right mind thought Matt Ryan was going to do that? Of course you give Matt Ryan space. He's not going to run.
Matt Ryan just tripled his career rushing totals on that play.
It's I'm not going to kill them for that play, because of course it's not like he was Mahomes, and it's like, why did you give Mahomes a 30-yard breath to just run? Because it's Matt Ryan. Of course he's not going to run. It'd be like going, hey, Tom Brady, go run 30 yards. It's like, he ain't going to do it.
No.
But McDaniels deserves to be fired because you added Chandler Jones to that defense, and that defense is bad. Defense is bad. And you added Devontae Adams to that offense, and they're doing nothing.
Yeah.
And then, did you guys see Derek Carr's post conference?
He looks so sad.
He cried, which is what it like.
I understand why. You're 2-7.
Yeah, like I get it, but then coming out and going, some of us are putting in all of our effort, and that's not good to come from your quarterback to say some. So that locker room's bad. That is a bad locker room compared to last year when everyone in that locker room was rallying behind this team to build up together and be an amazing team. And they did, and everyone had bought in and was like, yes, let's do it. I think the getting rid of Rich as head coach is the single worst decision the Raiders have ever made, and that is saying something. Because I really do think that has destroyed this locker room, and I do not know if there is a fix.
But don't worry, Raiders fans. Rest assured, Josh McDaniels will still be around to be the head coach in 2023.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
You heard that right. Josh McDaniels was given assurances by Mark Davis that he will still be around next season. I think the quote was like he's like doing a quote unquote fantastic job, which I'm just like, you have been watching the team you own, right?
Look, I think he will. It's not that he's doing a fantastic job. I don't want to pay out that contract because again, like I said last week, he knows I've got a lawsuit where I'm going to have to pay $60 million, and he's probably going to have to pay that to Gruden. He's most likely paying that lawsuit off. So yeah, I've got a 10-year contract. Wouldn't
$60 million be like all of his money? Because like, isn't Mark Davis like the poorest owner in the NFL?
Yeah,
I think he is.
I'm pretty sure he's still a billionaire.
I don't think he is actually.
Yeah, what's up, Mark?
What's Mark Davis' net worth? He's only worth like $500 million. So like
I've got 1.9 billion dollars.
I think that's prior. Like most recent is like 500.
Jesus.
I mean, still like a lot of money, but he like hands down the poorest owner in the NFL.
Oh man.
Yeah. Point is, Raiders. Jeff Saturday, congratulations, 1-0, no coaching experience.
Did you guys see the single greatest tweet of all time?
What was
Yes.
it? Oh,
2 weeks ago, where Jeff Saturday,
the Raiders look awful.
Where he's just like, he said the Raiders are a terrible football team, or the Raiders are terrible, or something. Like it was like they are. It wasn't look like it or anything. It was just no, they are, and everyone was just quote tweeting that all week. It was just amazing.
Came in and dunked on the Raiders.
No, that game was
Well, speaking of dunking on teams, you know what you were we dogged you earlier, but you were right in this particular game. I'm glad you were, because the Cowboys versus the Packers. Something about playing Dallas unlocks Aaron Rodgers' elite talent. I don't understand what it is, but I'm happy it happened.
It's not just that. Sorry, yes, Aaron Rodgers was very good. I will admit, Aaron Rodgers played well.
He scored more touchdowns on the team than Tom Brady did. Tell me I'm wrong.
He was very good. But this was a Cowboys were going to blow this. It was there were, as I said last week, there was too much optimism in Dallas right now we're going to the Super Bowl. This is what happens. I like Dak. I don't know if he's it.
Well, shit. I'll give you $160 million to why he needs to be it.
I know. I know, but Jesus Christ. Like, he needs to stop. Okay. Here is the biggest problem that the Cowboys had in this game. They, for 4 weeks, they ran the ball, played conservative football offensively, and allowed their defense to just dominate. Since Dak's been back, they've gotten, hey, Dak, throw the ball as much as you can. We're not going to really deal with our running game. And they've gone away from it, and Dak's throwing really bad balls. Really bad.
Pollard still got like 22 carries in the game.
No, Pollard
looked fine.
Pollard looked good.
The relationship between Dak and CeeDee Lamb is not there compared to CeeDee Lamb and Cooper Rush.
That's such a weird sentence to say.
I know it is. I know. I like
as you did with Cooper Rush.
Yeah, like look, there is a lot to say about the Cowboys. What did you guys think of the 4th down call?
Oh yeah. Okay, just to set this up. So the Packers did roar back to lead the game, but the Dallas had returned serve, so we went to overtime once again in this game. Cowboys drive all the way down the field, get to around the 30-ish.
Give or take.
No,
it was going to be a high 40s field goal.
No, it was a 53-yard field goal.
53.
53. What the 53? Where the hell were they?
So they would have been on there 38.
38, 40. It was around.
They were at the Green Bay 35. So I was right. They were at the 35.
Okay.
So it would have been a 40 and change field goal.
No, because you got 15 yards. You got 15. You got 15.
Oh, is it 15?
It's 15.
It's 50. You've got the end zone of 10
plus 5,
and then you've got the 15 back that the kicker is. So it's essentially an extra 25 yards that you got to add.
Who taught you? Is math different in Australia? Okay, point is they had the chance to go up in the game with a field goal. It's 4th and 3, but Mike McCarthy says, "You know what? I'm gonna go for it," and it fucking fails.
Yeah, spectacularly.
Look, okay. I ain't gonna kill Mike McCarthy for it. It was the right call.
I would. I'm not mad. I wouldn't be mad at Mike McCarthy. If I'm a Packers fan.
No, it was the right call. Going for it on 4th down and saying I am not giving that man back the ball. I agree with it. I think it is 100% the right call. The play call was the problem.
No, I agree. It was bad play.
Throwing the ball on 3rd down, knowing full well no matter what you were going to go for it on 4th down. You're an idiot. Run the ball.
You run the ball on 3rd if you know you're doing it.
Get some of it. Packers' run defense was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
You were running all over them. What are you throwing that ball for?
I do it all 4 downs.
On 4th down, throwing it's fine. I understand that. But on 3rd down to throw it and stay in the same spot you were just made no sense. Run the ball, get some of your yardage, and then you can set up either a short run play or do the throw that you were going to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, look, Mike McCarthy's finally making calls to help the Packers win.
Yeah.
Only thing is, he's doing it on the other team.
Like, yeah, you could tell, you could absolutely tell this was a game neither of them wanted to lose, though. Like, this was one that might, like, when it didn't happen,
you can't lose 6 in a row.
No, this was one that both of them desperately wanted. The nicest thing out of this game for me was they were running the ball. The Packers were running the ball. They actually they actually ran the ball. And hey, look what happened. The Cowboys defense ain't a great run defense. It's really not. It's like 30th or something in run defense now. It's really not good.
It's weird to see the array of quarterbacks that they make. Like, you can't even say they've only lost to elite quarterbacks because they beat Burrow, they beat Stafford. That's but they've lost to, and they Tom Brady beat them. He's not elite anymore. So yeah, they have Tom Brady, Jalen Hurts. I'll put him in elite conversation, and also Aaron Rodgers, who owns elite conversation. Again, more touch. He got more touch than Brady did against the Cowboys. Just gonna say that.
Congratulations. But yeah, and the other really great story out of this game was them finally unlocking Watson. That was just
like Watson was able to be like an incredible deep threat.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what he does in this offense.
4 catches, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
like if they have
that's a Randy Moss ass stat line. Remember that game where he had like 3 touchdowns, like a 3 catch for like
160 yards or something? Yeah,
ridiculous like that.
But I think the other big thing, and where I think Aaron Rodgers has kind of just had to suck it up, and he's either grown the fuck up in the last 2 weeks, or he's just realized I have to do this. Watson had some drops, had some bad ones too, but he still threw to him, and he wasn't in the doghouse. Well, he didn't just get thrown in the doghouse.
He got let out of the doghouse.
Yeah, so because after that big drop in week 1, he never threw the ball back to him, and then every week he would have a bad drop, and
that was it.
And that was it. Rogers was like, okay, I'm not throwing the ball back to you. He did it in this game. He had a bad drop, and then he went, all right, I'm going to trust you again. Through like that one, there was obviously the first one, and then there was that second one where he just lost the ball. Where like he didn't realize that the ball was going to get lobbed his way, and he didn't look at it, and that was a touchdown. But then he still went back to him, and he got 2 more touchdowns that were incredible. Like it was. That's the big thing for Watson did. Rogers did that. I think's like, oh, okay, you're actually growing up a little bit.
Confidence builder, big time.
Absolutely.
And then the other big news out of this game was Amari Rogers.
Amari Rogers, who had a muffed punt, is I think like 5th of the year.
He got cut this morning.
Yeah, he got cut this morning. Yeah, officially cut this morning. Which look. I feel for him because obviously you don't like seeing people lose their jobs, but he's been bad. Dude's not been he's not been particularly.
Dude's been a massive liability as a punt returner. Yeah,
absolutely. He's not like he's been a massive liability. He's not a great wide receiver, so I understand cutting him. I don't know if another team's going to pick him up.
Someone will get desperate. Probably
Houston.
Or Houston.
Maybe, but yeah.
Yeah. Moving on to our next game, NFC West Ball. A game that we thought would be between Kyler Murray and Matthew Stafford at the beginning of the year turned out to be a game between Colt McCoy and John Wolford, as both were out due to injury. Well, Stafford injury and Kyler Murray on road for 2, probably. I don't know. But yeah, this game was as ugly offensively as you would probably predict from hearing those 2 names. Mostly, actually, boring offensively, or badly offensively from the Rams. Once again, because, if Stafford can't do anything in this offense, you think John Wolford is the answer?
And then the worst case scenario for the Rams happens.
The biggest story out of this game.
Well, yeah, no, Rams. Are you having a Rams fans? Do you want to die yet? Well, how about this news? Cooper Kupp placed on IR. Probably going to be out for several weeks, potentially the season.
This could be the season.
No, he's done. He's done. He ain't coming
back. The high ankle sprain, this could be the season, yeah.
Yes. He doesn't come back. And in all honesty, if you're the Rams, he ain't coming back because you need him as an asset to trade. Like, you're not risking another injury for 2 weeks. 2 weeks of lame duck football. Mm-hmm. You're not risking him.
Yeah, well, Allen Robinson got catch in this game. It's probably the reason. And it is probably the reason because Cooper Kupp went out fairly early. The Rams' nightmare season is continuing in full force.
This game was awful. This game was genuinely awful. It was bad to watch. It was fun for. It wasn't even actually no. It wasn't. It wasn't even fun for me as like a Cardinals fan. I was just sitting there going, God, they suck.
You're watching Colt McCoy do what you're paying Kyler Murray $40 million to do the same thing.
Yep. And now there's somehow a QB controversy, most likely, because he looked good.
If you lose your starting job to Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
This is a bad week for me. This is a really bad week for me as a fan. Like, the Cardinals win, and yet they looked terrible and atrocious. And how does Cliff still have his job? And then, because I actually do think
4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years.
I just think if they lost this game, they might have fired him. Now they definitely not. He's there for the season.
I want to know what happened with because the scratch came out of nowhere, and then they kind of like
any sense.
I'm sure. Hopefully, we'll find out tomorrow night. Like
Call of Duty.
They
not Call of Duty. God of War. God of War came out.
They can't cut Kyler's and Benjamin instead.
God of War came out. He was like, "Oh, I'm playing God of War. I can't be there. Sorry."
Okay, don't come back. Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, like Kyler's like, "Oh, really? He gets to practice out, but I don't."
Who knows what happened though? That's just baffling because Benjamin was a perfectly fine player, and especially on a team that's that thin at running back right now.
Especially a team where you have James Conner, who he's good, but he's incredibly injury prone as a 1A back. So 1A 1B would be great.
What the hell happened? I want to know what the hell happened. And like I said, I hope Hard Knocks gives us that answer.
Yes, Hard Knocks.
Yeah, it might give us the answer. So
tomorrow night, isn't it?
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Yeah, this team's a mess. This team is a disaster, and the Rams aren't much better. And
no, the Rams are we're witnessing an incredible implosion in front of us because usually after winning a Super Bowl, the team is still pretty competitive. You look at the Chiefs in any given year. But the Rams decided to go the way of the Philadelphia Eagles after winning the Super Bowl.
They went from Super Bowl to potentially a top, almost certainly a top 10 draft pick.
They get
a 5.
A top 10 draft pick.
The Lions are getting
they don't even have it. That's right. They don't even have it.
The Lions are going to have 2 top 10 picks, possibly 2 top 5 picks.
Yep.
Seriously.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What if I'm the Lions? I'm trading them. I'm not keeping them. I'm trading them.
Oh no, I'm keeping those on the Lions. You need help defensively, and you need help badly.
Yeah, fair. But I'm more if the Giants or if someone decide, hey, we need that pick, and it's we're only going down 10, 15 spots.
Oh yeah, if that's the case, then trade back. But don't trade them away cold turkey unless you can get a stud on defense.
Oh yeah, no, you trade back because again, this is a massive QB class. Massive QB class.
There's 4 or 5 of them that could go in the first round.
There's gonna be a few teams who are gonna trade up.
It's gonna be 2021 all over again, where we have 5 QBs going in the first 15 spots.
Yep, and there's gonna be some teams that are gonna be willing to trade for him, and it's gonna get real interesting.
Yeah,
moving on to Sunday night football, we had the Chargers versus the 49ers. Jimmy Jesus versus Herbie fully loaded. And yes, Herbie is still fully loaded on painkillers. He's nowhere near 100%.
He is. No, I thought he played well. I thought he was back to being pretty healthy.
First drive. That first drive was impressive.
First drive was impressive. After that,
No, the problem is he's got no one.
Nothing.
He's
got nothing.
That's another thing we got to talk about. Coming into this game, he had no Keenan Allen, no Mike Williams, no Gerald Everett, no Josh Kelly.
No one.
He was at his entirely. That's remember how I said earlier these rookie QBs always had to get a stud wide receiver in their third year. The receiver that Herbert got was DeAndre Carter. And you expect a different.
He straight up has no one. The fact that this was a close game for majority of it actually spells a bit of a worry for the 49ers. Because this shouldn't have been close at all. This should have been a demolition.
He has nobody to throw to. He has no line. Austin Eckler was doing nothing all game.
It was a bad game.
Because they went, who's he going to give the ball to? The one good player he has on the team.
Yeah.
Of course Eckler got shut down because they were just just send 5 guys to him. What else are they going to do? It's just the Chargers are so banged up, and I feel for the coach because he's most likely getting fired, and it's not his fault.
I'd still give him this next year.
If Peyton comes up and says I want the job, I'm taking Peyton.
Dub. If you have the choice to fire him, to take Sean Payton out of it, if after the end of the season, I wouldn't fire him. I would fire Brandon Staley. I don't blame him. He's dealing with milkmen. What do you want him to do?
It's the 3rd year. They're probably not making the playoffs. I mean,
they're technically tied for the 7th seed. They wouldn't make it because of tiebreaker right now, but they have the same record as the Patriots.
Mike, who's down? Patriots?
Patriots would be 7 if it ended right now.
Yeah. So, no, I thought Bills would be 7th.
Bills are 6. They have one more win than the Patriots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they're about the Patriots in the AFC East, so.
But Chargers have a rough run home. I mean, well, maybe. So they go Chiefs next week on Sunday Night Football. I don't know how that game is still the Sunday Night Football game, but whatever.
It got moved into it.
It
got moved into it, yeah.
Pittsburgh got flexed out of Sunday Night Football.
Yeah. I mean, I would flex Pittsburgh out right now too.
Suck it.
And then they play the Cardinals. They should win that. They play the Raiders.
They should win that.
They should, but who knows?
Yeah, division game.
They've got the Dolphins have the we made the right choice game, which I still don't think they did. Because oh my god, could you imagine Herbert on that Dolphins team right now? Holy shit!
Herbert will
be the Super Bowl favorite by far.
100%.
Yeah. Then they got the Titans, which I'd be worried about that one because
crapshoot of a game. That's a crapshoot of a game there.
That's a tough game because Derrick Henry is going to run all over that defense. However, by then you would like to think someone's back.
Well,
somebody, anybody.
Williams and Keenan Allen both are back on the practice field. There's no saying they're playing, but they both are limited practice now.
I wouldn't risk them against the Chiefs. Like you just write off this game and get them ready for the Cardinals game. That's like I wouldn't risk them for this game. And then they should beat the Colts.
Yeah.
Again, should. And then they play the Rams, which at that point the Rams are going to be a lifeless corpse.
So you're looking at 9-8 realistically.
Yeah.
Give me this weekend. Give me the state of the NFL.
They could, or they're actually, you know what they're looking at? They're looking at the same position they were in last year where, hey, we're playing a divisional rival and we win, you're in, lose, you're out. And they're going to be playing the Broncos. Win, you're in. Broncos aren't going to be playing for a playoff spot, you would think. But
the Broncos will put up their 16 points.
Yeah. The curse is 16. Did they do it again? No, they only did 10.
They did 14 this week. They didn't hit it this week.
It's funny, but
actually, there's no way Broncos are. Broncos have.
We haven't even touched on the 49ers. The 49ers managed to win despite. I think of those like Jimmy G is 10-2 and throwing no touchdown passes,
which is just insane. That's an insane.
I'm sorry, but if I had Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel, I wouldn't throw the ball either.
Jimmy G is the human equivalent of the Luigi wins by doing absolutely nothing meme. Like doesn't matter. You don't need to do anything. You just need to just sit there and look pretty. That's all you need to do.
Don't turn the ball over.
Don't turn the ball over.
Well, that's what costs them. If
also,
he turns the ball over, they lose.
McCaffrey and Debo were like non-factors, which is funny because
Elijah Mitchell had more carries.
Debo is on my fantasy team. I didn't start him because I forgot my lineup in time. I am thankful because I had both Paris Campbell and Christian Kirk, who both went off this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this is the 49ers are a team that they're just like a really well-oiled machine until playoff time comes, and then Shanahan just goes into full effect.
Look, like I said, I think they're going to lose I think they're losing the conference final to the Bucks, and I'm going to be just like, are you?
I don't think the Bucks make it that far. I think there are way too many chinks in the armor for the Bucks, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about this. We're talking about this game, and yeah, Chargers.
Their defense is playing very well too. You know, the 49ers are right now, I'd say, a top 3 defense in the NFL, and they played very well.
Yeah, Talanoa Hufanga, that dude is looking like a stud. I like that. I like that guy. But yeah, Niners looking great. Chargers, Taylor, this one's for you.
Psych!
Oh, wait, damn it. That was the wrong one. Sorry. No psych. Just pain.
It's just pain.
Just pain. And the final game we're talking about, this was up in the air until last night, our upset of the week.
Wow.
Which is funny because we thought this is going to be the game. This is the Commanders versus Philadelphia game in Philadelphia. We thought this was going to be the Carson Wentz revenge game.
Well, it was. He was on the sideline.
He was present.
He was there.
No, this isn't the revenge game. This is the retirement game. Carson Wentz is done as a starter in the NFL.
100%.
Very well could be.
This is the game that retired Carson Wentz.
If I'm a commie fan, first of which I'm seeking help. Secondly, I'm saying I don't want to see Carson Wentz start another game for us.
So, okay, Carson Wentz. Before Carson Wentz got injured, you were 2-4. You were 2-4. Carson Wentz gets injured, you are 5-5.
Yep.
He has gone. Heineke has played 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
He has lost one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that one was to the Vikings on the very last minute. He was in that game the entire time, and he won the other 3.
But this is a game where we've kind of talked about this. This is a game that the Commies didn't win, the Eagles lost.
That's fair.
And
But I'll say though, the Commies did something that nobody else has done against the Eagles, and they held the ball. They ran the ball so many times. They kept the offense off the field, and they forced bad decisions.
Yeah, you look at the time of possession. They possessed the ball.
That's where the game was won.
Double the amount of time the Eagles did. The Eagles didn't even possess the ball for 20 minutes.
It was 18 and a half minutes or something like that. And
19 and a half.
19 and a half. Yeah, so 2/3 of the game, the Commanders had the ball.
That's the key to that's the key to being the Eagles. You keep the offense off the field.
Yeah.
The Commies
they were doing 4 yards of play.
I know you
4 yards every play, it seemed like.
Yeah, and I know you say there were bad decisions. I thought Hurts played really well.
This loss is not on Hurts.
Hurts played really well.
Even that pick, because he didn't have a pick in this game, it was not on him. That ball, if you look at that was a dime. It was in AJ Brown's hands.
It was in his hands, and
he just couldn't hold on to it.
Washington
Corral. That wasn't even the worst. The worst turnover was right here.
His young career at home. He's done it twice in the NFL. This one a shot. Watkins a diving catch. Ball comes out. Commanders pick it up at the 15-yard line.
I saw that. I'm just that was holy shit, what a pass. And what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. The one criticism you could have of that pass is he doesn't get it in his stride. He had to dive for it.
He dove for it.
But he's still.
But if he just stayed on the ground, stay on the ground.
You have the ball. Just stay on the ground. He got greedy, and
if I'm Jalen Hurts, I'm saying okay, wide receivers, and you Dallas Goedert, I want y'all to sit down in a row, and we're all gonna smack you across the face with our jack straps. I can't remember who it was. It was one of the defenders, because keep in mind they were not out of the game. The Eagles still had every chance to win that game after every single turnover. One of which should have counted because Dallas Goedert was having his face literally ripped off.
That was a terrible non-call.
That's the other thing that came out of this game. There needs to be a ability for refs to just go, hey, we got after we've watched review like that, we got it wrong. We're just moving it on. There needs to be something when it's that blatantly obvious, and it doesn't have to be, it's an official challenge or any of that. No, it just needs to be, hey, it's common sense. We can all see it because we had to review this. There just needs to be something in there that says the common sense law or something and it can only be used for the egregious ones. That one was egregious. That was just you had to look
at that in full speed.
He was ripping. He was literally ripping. I don't blame God for getting the ball because he was literally getting his face torn off.
And you had to look at the replay anyway because all turnovers are reviewed, and everyone's just we can see it. Every man and their dog can see it on there. New York has to be able to come in and say, guys, it's a 15-yard penalty against to the Eagles. You cannot allow that to be a turnover. That's just it's bad look.
The Eagles still had a chance to win this game. They held the commie offense to they got into fourth down, but Brandon Graham got flagged for unnecessary roughness for running into Heineke after he had already gone down.
He'd taken a knee. Yeah, he gave himself up and then he hit him. That's terrible.
That was the bad decision.
I'm terrified that some coach is going to look at that and start going, there's a free first down that we can get on fourth down. Seriously.
That's such a Belichick move. I can see him doing that.
I could. No, in all seriousness, I'm being genuinely serious.
That straight up sounds like a Belichick move.
That is.
I could see coaches doing. The NFL needs to be real freaking careful here.
All right, Mac, you're gonna go out. You're gonna take a knee. What? You're gonna go out. You're gonna shut up.
No,
shut up,
honestly,
Tom. You're gonna go out.
There is nothing against the rules. It's not in the spirit of the rules at all. But there is nothing in there. But if for a player to come down, take a knee, and when it's too late for the other player to pull out, because it was just straight up too late for him to pull out. He could not pull out, and at that point, what are you going to do? Free 15 yards ends the game. You imagine someone losing a playoff game for that?
Yeah, that would be terrible.
Like,
but yes, the streak for the Eagles does end, which is ironic because the commies, when they were the Washington football team, did end the winning streak of another Philadelphia team, another Pennsylvania team.
Also on Monday night.
So I don't know if the commies are, I don't know if they're blessed or if it's a curse, but I do know somewhere in South Beach, the 72 Dolphins are partying as their record still stands as the only undefeated team.
The champagne has been popped.
50 years later.
50 years later, still stands.
Still going. The other thing this game did for me, I think Ron Rivera is safe no matter at the end of the year.
Unless he doesn't want to come back, which I can see that happening.
Yeah, like and that's the obviously unless he decides he doesn't want to come back, but if he does decide he still wants to coach, I think he's pretty safe in his job. I had him going at the start of the year, but I think if Heineke keeps playing the way he's playing, which is pretty decently, there's a genuine chance we could have all four from the East in the playoffs.
I agree. The way that Washington's another under-the-radar defense that has played pretty damn well almost every game this season.
Chase Young's back this week.
Yes.
Chase Young's coming back.
Which is crazy how much pressure they're able to generate without Chase Young, who I still think is their best defender.
He is. Yeah. Chase Young's a top 10, maybe top 5 defender in football. So...
I mean, that's defensive line. Yes, I will give you that. Defender, that's pricey.
But that's what I said. Look, there is a genuine chance this could happen, which would be fascinating. It's going to take the Seahawks dropping off.
The Sea Eagles.
Sorry, Sea Eagles are an NRL team here. Like they're an NRL. I do it all the time, and
you have the Sea Falcons, the Sea Ravens.
It drives Taylor up the wall when I do it because it's but it's genuinely, it's going to take the Seahawks dropping off a cliff though, because I don't see the 49ers dropping off a cliff.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's what it's going to take.
It would take Geno Smith becoming Geno Smith again,
which could happen.
Let me first. It would take Geno Smith riding back to lose and to just fall off a cliff this season.
But that's the other big thing out of this game. I don't think I genuinely am at a point where I think that Ron Rivera is safe in this job if he wants it, and I think Heineke is their quarterback for next year.
I mean, you got Sam Howell already.
Yeah, like I
don't think they're going to be in position to get one of the big five. So
yeah, unless they trade up.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. So that's going to do it for the week that was. Now look forward to the week that is coming. We got week 11 predictions. We're going to talk about the games coming up. Our favorite segment, stunks or not stunks. And we're going to call our shots for next week.
There's a few I was right in last week.
You were
like that I was by myself. Kadarius Toney is the big one that I'm like, yes, I knew that was coming.
All right. Coming up first up buys this week, you got the Dolphins, the Seahawks, the Buccaneers, and the Jaguars. Looking forward to the actual game being played. Thursday night football. It's been a barren wasteland of good football, but this one could actually be pretty interesting.
This is an intriguing game.
I'm curious what Packers turn up.
That's the question.
Again,
I agree.
This is a better defense. This is a very good defense. Packers run defense ain't great.
That's the thing. I think the Titans can exploit the Packers' biggest weakness.
Yeah, I'm going Titans, but this could be a good game. This could be a genuinely good game.
I'm pretty much on board with you. I'm going Titans, but the Packers winning will not shock me.
No. But I also think this is Packers season on the line. They win this game.
Absolutely.
They win this game. They can maybe make the playoffs. They lose this. It's done. It's over.
Yeah.
Now for this game, then I'm throwing out at you, my man, Aaron Rodgers.
What's your number?
What do you mean?
Okay, like for it to be considered a stonks, what's the number?
No. It's he stonks. You never asked the question. Is he stonks?
I'm gonna go no. I don't like him in this game.
Not stonks.
I'm gonna say no as well.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Not stonks for
okay.
Aaron
Is
Rodgers.
it less?
I like the other Aaron.
Less than 200 yards. He's not making more than 200 yards.
Okay.
I like Aaron Jones. I don't. I think Aaron Jones will have a nice game.
I don't think the secondary for the Titans is that impressive.
I think Titans have a really good defense. I do. I think they have a really good defense.
Secondary, though, I think secondary is where their problem lies. Like run defense, fantastic. Secondary is where their issues are.
Yeah, but Watson will probably drop more balls.
Okay, but that means he's not stonks, not Rodgers. But I get what you. If Watson's not stonks, Rodgers not stonks. But wow, Aaron Rodgers, you're still stonks in my book. I just need if King Henry can go for 200 yards and Aaron Rodgers throws for like 3 to 5 touchdowns, I'm cool. That's what I want. Up next, you got two franchises that have a great history of sadness, recent history of sadness. Bears and Falcons. One great history of sadness, one recent history of sadness.
So you have one of the most exciting offenses with an absolutely terrible defense going against a pretty pitiful offense with an okay defense. So I'm going to go with the Bears right now just because of momentum.
Yeah, Falcons have definitely come back to earth. Falcons have kind of gone, oh, you're not good. Oh, okay.
We are in fact bad. Good to know.
Yeah, like they've come back to earth. The Bears aren't a great team, but their offense is starting. Again, like I said, they're just they're playing with house money and figuring out what have we got in Fields. That's all they're doing.
Yeah.
Now for
this Fields will do well with this game.
Now for this game, this is the Falcons, and I don't know if AJ Terrell is back. He's questionable, so there's still question he's back, whether or not he's back or not. Darnell Mooney. I'm
going to go not just because they're not going to need him.
Yeah, not stonks.
Not stonks. Sad day. But still, probably not going to need him. I'm also going Bears as well. Up next, this is a game that, again, if this was played prior to the second suspension, it'd be very different. Browns versus Bills. This could be the pissed off Bills game.
This is Bills all the way in this one. I don't see any scenario that the Browns win this game. Can I potentially keep it within 10? Maybe, but I got the Bills all day in this one.
I have the Bills, and I'm not that pitiful at the moment, but I wouldn't be surprised because now look, okay, Bills have basically gone back to where they were last fucking year, where they won their Super Bowl against the Chiefs and emotionally haven't been able to get back up.
Right.
I have a feeling the Vikings game might be the Bucs game was last year, where it was such a heartbreaking loss that it just kind of wakes them back up as a team. So I'm going to go the Browns. The Bills. Fuck, I've just said it. I'm going to go the Bills and now cry. Fucking Freudian slip.
if they lose next week because of this, I'm going to laugh.
If they lose next week, I'm back on and I'm going to cry. And you're just going to have to see me cry on this show.
Yeah, I'm going to bring you on to just to cry and then kick you off. Now for this game, stonks or not stonks? Chubby.
Not stonks. We needed the fucking run defense needs to step up.
Is that not stonks because you think it's not going to be stonks, or not stonks because you want it to not be stonks?
I plead the fifth.
I was going to say I think that Chubb will put up statistics. So I don't think he's going to change the course of the game, but he's going to put up some yards. So I'll say stonks in terms of his individual performance, but I don't think he's going to affect the outcome of the game.
I think again, like the run defense for the Bills, like oddly, like not great. So I'm also saying stonks on Chubby. Up next we got this is a get right game I've ever seen. When we got the Eagles at the Commies facing the Colts, the Jets Saturday led Colts.
This is gonna be okay. Eagles gonna win. Gonna win fairly decently, but the Colts aren't gonna look terrible. I don't I think it's gonna be like the Colts tried.
Yeah.
I see a very similar game as the Texans game last week, where the beginning of the game might seem like it's close, and then the Eagles are going to break it open in the second half.
Now, because we didn't talk about him, surprisingly didn't talk about him during the actual game because we had other things to talk about. Jonathan Taylor going into this game.
I don't like him against the Eagles defense.
Not
stonks.
Not against that Eagles defense.
Stonks.
No, not against that Eagles defense.
Yeah,
absolutely. I just see what Brian Robinson did. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. We're also you're saying not stonks.
But remember what Brian Robinson did. Brian Robinson did not have very many big runs. He was doing 4 yards at a time.
That's true. That's fair enough. All right. So yeah, JT, not stonks. What happened? What happened to you, JT?
He has a shit O line. That's what happened.
True. That is what happened. Up next, Mike, your boys, the New York Jets, Jets. Versus
is this the single biggest game in Jets history?
Potentially, yes.
No, it's not the biggest in history, but it's
in the last decade.
Yeah.
Is this the biggest game since the butt fumble?
Which was also against the Patriots.
Which is also against New England.
Yeah. It could be potentially. This is very tough. Belichick coming off of a bye is always notoriously he's tough. Probably the toughest NFL coach to play after having a bye. This game's in New England, which terrifies me. I don't think this is going to be a very high scoring game.
What's the weather like?
That's a good question, and that is a totally fair question on this one, because we've seen the past 2 weeks, the past 2 Patriots games, it's been nothing but field goals. But Folk has just been hitting everything and keeping them alive. And if the Patriots are able to do that, I leaned slightly towards them. But if they leave the ball in Mac Jones' hands too much, the Jets will exploit them. This is a toss-up.
6 degrees, wind with 26. Oh, hang on. Fuck, I need to. That's set to my thing. Hang on 1 sec.
Right.
42 degrees with 16 mile per hour winds.
Like 6 degrees. Why is it going outside?
I mean, that's not uncommon for New England at the end of the season.
Partially cloudy, so probably no snow or anything.
Okay, so all right. So name I'm gonna throw up for this one. Zach Wilson.
Oh, not stonks.
Not stonks. Zach Wilson.
Not stonks. Okay, now let me rephrase the question. Zach Wilson in the context of, is he gonna bang Mac Jones' mom?
I don't like both quarterbacks. The quarterbacks are not going to be what really, aside from potentially turning the ball over. It's going to be which team establishes the running game better. That team is going to win the game.
It's going to be who protects the football. That's what the game is going to be. It's who protects the football. I'm going to say Patriots. I'm sorry, they're going to get the sweep, and Jets are going to be like, what? Why?
I'm rooting for the Jets. It's going to be close, but I'm rooting for the Jets.
You just want to see me cry.
I mean, yeah. Well, now I also, I have a good friend who's a Jets fan, and you know what? After years of pain and suffering due to butt-related fumbles, he's earned this.
I actually had one year that my fantasy football team was doing so bad, I changed my team name to the Butt Fumble Express.
All right, up next, we got 2 teams who are in desperate need to win, like yesterday. The Rams versus the Saints.
I'll take the Saints because it's the 1 o'clock East Coast game.
Dalton might be back. He shouldn't be, but Dalton might be back.
I don't see any scenario right now. The Rams are they don't have a run game. The Saints have an okay defense, good enough to get past this offensive line, I think. Or the Rams. So
I'm going to say the Saints in possibly the worst game of the year.
Yeah. Of the week, I'd say for certain year, maybe.
I forgot to mention with the previous win in the last week, Mike Tomlin has now beaten every single team in the NFL besides the Steelers. Good job, Tomlin. I don't trust Dennis Allen over Sean McVay, and I don't trust Andy Dalton over. Well, actually, that goes to my next question because Matt Stafford is still questionable for this game. We don't know if he's playing or not, so we could be stuck with John Wolford again, which. Oh God, that could get very ugly. But I will say for this game, since Cooper Kupp is no longer a factor, Allen Robinson, is he finally going to be found?
Nope.
Not. And I've got him on fantasy.
I want to say I'm going to throw a name out there who I'm going to say is the stonks player of this game, and his name is Will Lutz. That is who I am calling for the stonks player of the game.
All the stonks. All the stunks.
I do think actually the one thing we need to
do that like going forward. We need to have like the stonks player of the week. And
I do think that
it would have been Joey Slide this week, actually.
I need to have a betting. I need to have a gambling section. I think Aaron Donald could actually be a little bit unleashed in this game.
Well, because the Saints O-line's like not great.
Yeah, no, so right. I think
this would be a low-scoring game.
If Dalton is playing, I think he'll be able to like sack him quite a few times.
Well, like, how many does Aaron Donald even have this year?
Nah, I think like 4.
Barely any.
He's had a bad year.
Let me see if I can find the stats for this year. He has 5 sacks in the entire season. This is the guy who beat TJ Watt for Defensive Player of the Year 2 years ago. Shameful. All right, moving on. Next game. Lions versus Giants. Resolve is the name of the game.
Giants.
Yeah, it's going to be coming down to, I think this is going to be a close game, honestly, because the Lions always put up a fight, but they like in games like this, they always figure out a way to lose. And the Giants, for whatever reason, have figured out ways to win. Yeah, I'm going Giants.
Now, I'm going to throw up for you guys. The Sun God, Amon-Ra, Saint Brown.
Love him in this game. I love him in this game.
Yeah, I do too.
Stunks. Yeah. All right, up next, we got. Oh, wait, shit. Hold on. Go away, Stunks. There we go. Panthers versus Ravens.
Ravens and move along.
The only thing that makes this game better is Baker Mayfield playing.
Baker Mayfield is playing. Who tried to give himself a concussion this week.
But yes, does anybody want to take the Panthers? Anybody?
No.
But I will throw a stonks player for Panthers. Deonta Foreman.
I like him in this game because the Ravens' run defense has not been that great. It's going to be very similar to Chubb, I think. He's going to put up statistics, but it's not going to change the game.
So stonks?
Yeah, I'll go.
Statistically.
Stonks. All right, next game we got coming off a high. The Commies versus the Texans. America versus Russia.
If Heineke is quarterback, Commanders. If Wentz is, Texans.
You think really?
Yep.
I
don't trust Wentz.
I know you're not a Wentz fan, but really, he gets to get the Texans.
Mm-hmm. If Wentz is quarterback, Texans.
I mean, I think there's no way that they start Carson Wentz after the last couple of weeks, but whatever.
They haven't announced it though yet. That's the thing that's got me a little worried.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
That's fair.
I mean, again, but I also understand the need of. I wouldn't announce it until the day of because why the fuck would you tell the Texans, "Hey, prepare for one quarterback"?
I mean, Wentz, Vanilla Vic. I don't care. I'm taking the Commies.
I got the Commies in this one too. I think that their defense is,
It's not like Texans, the first time I've ever taken the Commies in a game.
I think it might be this year for me.
All right. Now for this game, that I'm going to throw out here is Dameon Pierce.
Love both running games. I'm big on both running games in this one. So yeah, Dameon Pierce, absolutely.
Now I'll throw another one just real quick. Scary Terry.
He's been good every week. Like he hasn't had a bad game.
That's true, actually. bad throughout. So, moving on. Oh. You want to know who's playing in the next game we're talking about?
Oh, the Denver Broncos.
Versus a team that might be worse than them. No, that might be. Is worse than them somehow.
Is
The Raiders. This one, another one. This is gonna be very ugly.
upset of the week. Raiders win.
This is your call.
Upset of the week.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh.
What?
This is also a reprise of Clown Bowl, a clip I do not currently have ready yet. But keep in mind, the last time we saw these two teams play, we were greeted with greatness.
1st and 10, Melvin Gordon. Oh, he's blocked by Hobbs, and there he goes. He's
That clip always makes me so happy.
I'm trying to find the odds on this game.
Oh,
it's probably. I'm going to take an educated guess. I'm not looking at it, but I'm going to say it's probably Broncos by 3.5.
2.5.
2.5.
That's actually not. So okay, it's not that big of an upset if it happens. Damn. Bears are 3.5 point underdog. A 3.5 point underdogs
against
the Falcons.
That's a nice bet.
Actually,
really nice
but yes, I'm taking the Broncos in this one. Mike, what you got?
Yeah, I'm also going to take the Broncos, and I think the Broncos are going to score their magic 16 in a 16-14 game. Mostly defense on their end and ineptitude on the Raiders' end.
Now, this is a tough one for Stonks, but throw him out. Mr. Broncos country, let's ride himself, Russell Wilson.
He's going to get his usual stat line of about 250, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. That's the Russell Wilson line this year.
So does that make him Stonks or not Stonks?
I mean, it's not Stonks because they're not winning. So I'm going not Stonks.
Not Stonks.
Not Stonks.
All right. Up next, we got two teams that are trying to emerge as genuine playoff contenders: the Cowboys versus the Vikings. Keep in mind, the Vikings have lost this team the last 2 times they played.
Yes, but they did get the amazing upset win on Thanksgiving.
That is
true. So
wait,
was it on Thanksgiving? No, it was that year though. The 2020 game where they
it was around Thanksgiving. Yeah,
it was like a week after, I believe. Yeah,
I think I think they had just lost. No, that's right. They had just lost.
No, it was around Christmas.
That's right. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go Vikings because again, I think this is where the Cowboys start to capitulate a little bit, but because the NFC sucks so badly, they'll make it into the playoffs.
I want the Vikings to win, and I think they will.
I'm going to go the other way around. I think the Vikings are going to come in a little bit too high, and the Cowboys are going to come in a little pissed off. Close game, but I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
All right. Name I'm throwing out this one, considering up against Trayvon Diggs, Justin Jefferson.
I'm never going to not say he stunks.
After that fucking game, never again.
He stunks forever.
That is permanent stunks. But I will throw one.
In all seriousness, that catch cost the Vikings and gave Jefferson $10 million.
Oh, yeah.
That catch alone just gave Jefferson $10 million.
Mm-hmm. Now, no, I'm going to throw out for this one. CeeDee Lamb.
Him and Dak aren't on the same page.
Got one not stunks. Mike.
I'm going to go slightly not stonks. I think he's going to have an okay game, but it's not going to be anything special.
All right.
Dak throws 2 interceptions.
A game that was...
I can buy that.
I can buy that, yeah. I bet by Patrick Peterson.
One of them.
One of them is. I don't know who the other one is.
Yeah, we'll see if you're right.
And that's the other one. Cook runs for 150.
Okay. Up next, we have a game that was supposed to be prime time, but was bumped off. God damn you, NFL. The Bengals versus the Steelers, and the Cardinals aren't playing. It's like oh wait, are they playing? They're playing earlier, so I'm up to watch this game. Oh no, I'm sorry. They're playing Monday.
They're playing Monday, the Mexico game.
might be able to watch this one. Point is, we got Bengals versus the Steelers.
No, I
just-
don't think that will be your game.
What?
I don't think that'll be that. I don't think
Oh,
that's.
okay. It might not be. I hope it is, but it might not be.
No,
Point
I
is,
might
think-
be riding
I
with
think
the Broncos.
Vikings, Cowboys, Fox's game of the week.
I don't want to ride with the Broncos. I don't want to ride. Okay, the point is Bengals versus Steelers. What do we got?
All right, so I think that the Bengals are going to encounter a long snapper injury, and they're going to miss a field goal and an extra point in the fourth quarter, and we're going to go to overtime. It's the only logical solution to this game.
The only thing. The only one.
I think not having Minka is the difference in this game, and I think Bengals win.
Okay. Well, you're wrong, but you're both wrong because give me Pittsburgh. We're gonna run the table. We got the pigeons on our side, so we're gonna win. And you know what? No, doesn't matter who doesn't matter. I'm not even gonna go stonks not stonks in this one because everyone Steelers is stonks and everyone on the Bengals is not stonks.
I will say not having Jamar Chase does concern me.
Yeah.
It does.
But Joe Mixon, the way he's playing right now,
yeah. No, I know.
But
then again, Mixon on that Steelers defense, yeah, he's gonna be good.
Yep, I think so too.
Okay,
I think so too.
Sunday Night Football, we got the Chiefs versus the Chargers because Dan would rather watch this. Herbie playing with one hand behind his back. Then the greatest Steelers football. Thanks, NFL.
No, they just rather watch Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's true.
Patrick Mahomes is going to light them up in this game.
It's gonna break my heart watching this game, but yes.
All right, but for this game, go throw out someone who is either really stonks or really not stonks. Austin Eckler.
On that Chiefs defense, I'm gonna say stonks. I think on that Chiefs run defense, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think it's going to be a lot more in the he's going to do more in the receiving game. Actually, like they will run the ball, but he's going to get the dump offs this game that he really couldn't get established against the 49ers. I do like Eckler in this game.
All right, it's got stonks. All right, and Monday Night Football this week once again. Mark said, no. Hey, you are not going to insult us because we have the greatness that is Mexico Bowl.
Now, hasn't the Mexico Bowl been canceled like three times because of poor field conditions?
Yes.
Has it been canceled yet?
No, it
hasn't yet. But it seems to happen like they've only done the game in the past 5 years once, I think.
No, the greatest game, or one of the greatest games ever, was meant to be in Mexico, and then it got moved back to LA, and I was so mad. I was so mad because I left LA the night before, so I could have
the Rams and the
Rams Chiefs.
The Rams Chiefs game
Rams Chiefs in 28. Rams Chiefs in 2018, and it was 50. It was like 49-50 or something.
Yeah,
that was just under 100 points. I remember that game.
Yeah, and it was one of the greatest games ever because it wasn't just like, oh, this is bad offense. No, it was. This is when Goff looked good and Mahomes had just come into his start. It was
Mahomes' second year, first starting year.
Was that Mahomes' MVP season?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did make it. Yeah, he was so good that year. But yeah.
All right,
that was such
yes.
a good game.
We got 49ers versus Cardinals in this one.
This one's not going to be a good game. This is going to be a fucking demolishing. And if the Cardinals score 7 points, it will be a minor miracle.
Yeah, I got 49ers sold in this.
Yeah, I do. Mostly considering
this
Call of Duty.
This will be considered an international hate crime. I'm just telling you that now. What the 49ers
we want to spread the appeal of the NFL. We're setting out bullshit like this.
what the 49ers do to the Cardinals will be considered animal abuse. This is going to be ugly. Ugly.
Oh boy.
49ers all day.
Yeah, I do. Now for this game, since again there's a question of whether or not Kyler Murray is playing or not. DeAndre Hopkins is too easy. He was stonks this week without Kyler. I'll throw out 2 actually. One is Colt McCoy if he's playing.
Not Stonks.
Really? So
Colt if Colt McCoy is playing, he won't make stupid mistakes. I don't think he'll get great yardage, but he won't make stupid mistakes. So I am saying the no stupid mistakes is Stonks.
We need like a mid Stonks.
Yeah.
Now, the other name I'll throw out here for this one, I'll throw out Deebo Samuel.
Here's the thing with the 49ers. I like Deebo a lot, but the 49ers the past few weeks have relied on different players every week, and it's a little bit of a crapshoot as to who they're going to go because they've been doing a little bit of a hot hand approach. And, last week it was McCaffrey. This week it was Elijah Mitchell. They had a week where it was Kittle. You never know. I like all of them to do something. It's just a matter of which one of them carries the load. I like Deebo to do good. It's just a matter of does he do great?
So is he Stonks?
I'd say he's, everybody who I mentioned is at least, above the Stonks line. I would lean towards it, especially against that defense. The guy who is going to be the big Stonks, though, remember, and I say this all the time.
George Kittle,
tight end against the Cardinals.
I have George Kittle's too easy, so I'm going to get Deebo Samuel.
Yep.
Stonks. All right, and that's going to do it for the show tonight. Jacob, where can people find you?
You guys can find me at Jacob Blunden on Letterboxd, Twitter, everywhere. I also have a new podcast that you can find on my Twitter is the Lights on a Screen podcast. We just recently talked about Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. And we've got a new one coming out next week for She Said.
All right. Mike, where can people find you?
Look at this. I remembered to put up my Twitter handle. I never do that. But you can find me at MDKD2 on Twitter.
You had no jokes to make. You had nothing to say for the Jets.
Yeah, exactly. I think this might be the first time I've ever done anything on screen where I put that up. But you can find me here every Tuesday night on Left Side, Strong Side, and Wednesday nights on What the Show podcast, which is the YouTube show that we call a podcast.
And you can find me on Twitter, Jacob Chance Wars _91. Check out my podcast, Joys by Chance. We're coming out with our episode on Thinner this week. That's going to be a joy. And that's going to do it for us here. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next Tuesday.
Holy shit.